There we go. Uh-huh. Well, it's now streaming live on YouTube. That's what it says. Do you believe it? We'll see. We'll come here to this side. Get over there. There we go. Bob Struggles. It's there. It seems to be working. Hello there, folks. It'll be a moment. I'm waiting on Kiara. And hopefully she'll show up this time. I don't know, though. I don't know. It drives me a little crazy. Only a little crazy, though. We are close. We are 2 minutes away from start time. I realize that here I am early. It's nice to see you. I'm going to grab this here and take a look at make sure that the chat is visible to me, because that's really important to be able to see the chat. That's it. Top chat. Okay. Live chat. Chat. Okay. Let's take it out of here. And we'll make this tinier. I have no idea where my guest is. Once again. Once again, I have no idea where my guest is. But, these things happen. Although this is kind of getting me a little disappointed. Shall I say disappointed? Can you say disappointed? I can say disappointed. I can. Are you there? Are you there? No, you're not there yet. You're not there. I see they do that one more time. I'll copy the link one more time. Again, send it here. Put it in here one more time. Send it one more time. If that doesn't work, I don't know what else to say. Hello, everybody. Yeah. So let's bring this up to full size and see what we got in the line of chat here. Okay, nobody is here on the chat yet, which is okay with me at this point because there's nobody to talk to here either. Ain't science wonderful? Ain't science wonderful? What's that? I got nothing. I got nothing. Hello, Federal. I sent the link. I don't know what else I need to do. I guess once again, here I am, left in the lurch. Bob struggles with technology and with life and with everything, including getting a guest on board. Apparently, this is a problem. I am sorry. I'm very sorry that you're not seeing this right now. Well, you're seeing me, but I have no guest. Where is my guest? I don't know where my guest is. I sent the link, and I've not seen anything yet. I sent a link to test. I don't see anything. Hello. Late AM pills. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. I think actually I took them. I probably should have hit dismiss. Let's see if there's a message here from somebody. No messages. Pixel got more helpful. Isn't that nice? I'm glad it has. It's not very helpful as far as I'm concerned. I'm still waiting on a guest to show up here. Yeah, you know how this is. You know how it is. The life goes on. Life goes on. Well, anyway, let's just kick this sucker off here. We'll throw over a OBS and put over the title of the program, and then we will go with the beautiful theme music. Here we go. Hey, yes, Bob struggles with technology, with life, with everything. Welcome to the program today. We're 2 minutes in already, and my guest has not shown up. So we're just going to continue without the guest. That's what we're going to do. Yes, we are. I am Bobby Kelly, and I am recording. Bob struggles with technology. He does. Yes, he does. He struggles with technology. He has lots of fun. He has lots of things going on. It's Virtual Pride Month. It's actually Pride Month, and Virtual Pride is what we're doing. And unfortunately, my guest is not here. Uh, One of the co founders of Virtual Pride, Kiara Fox, or as I nicknamed her, K Ray. K Ray. K Ray. K Ray. K Ray, where are you, K Ray? Pass won't let you on. Okay, won't let you on. Why won't it let you on? That's interesting. All right, hang on a second. We'll give me your password. Do 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 do. 4403344. 4403344. Hey, what's that? I thought some. There we go, Kiara. Aha, here she is. Welcome, K Ray.
Nice to see you. Sorry, it wouldn't let me in for some reason.
No, that's perfectly all right. I'm going to get your volume up a little bit here so I can hear you. Speak to me, young lady. Oh, there you are. Good afternoon, and ladies and gentlemen, this is the amazing, incredible, undescribable Kiara Fox, one of the co-founders and what are you calling yourselves? Co-somethings,
Co-organizers.
co-organizers of Virtual Pride. And let me tell you, I am very, very impressed with this whole crew here of young folks who are out here kicking ass and taking names. Let me say that. Yeah, that's what they're doing and doing a fine job of it. I don't know. You may have seen some of Kiara's posts, of course, on beautiful TikTok, my jam, and one of my favorite places to be at any given time. And as a matter of fact, I have right here, if I can bring it up. If if it cooperates with me, and it might cooperate, look at that. There it is there. And on that, if I hit this button here and do a little transition, we will see my TikTok.
That is my face.
That's her face.
Oh, I did just post this one this morning.
Yes, you did.
For all those jerks who tried to silence the LGBT plus community, well, now we're going to use it to our advantage. Operation Bluefall starts today. The goal is to amplify all Black Lives Matter movement videos and all videos of police brutality, to give tips, and to flood the hashtag and tag your local police, elected officials, and even your mayor. It's a great way to help out if you can't donate. Use your voice to lift up others. If we can make President Trump turn off his comment section because of fairy tweets, we can do this. Now, but there's one thing I am going to teach you, and that is respect. Prideful want to destroy us and use slurs against us. This is a peaceful protest. As much as they deserve it, don't bash Trump supporters. Give straight facts, something they can't deny. Stop scrolling, don't you dare skip. Visit everyone who supports Black Lives Matter.
There you go. Stop scrolling. Don't you dare skip. Do you hear that? Don't you dare.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's really. I mean, you guys have put together quite an amazing thing here. Quite an amazing
Yeah.
little project. Of course, you confused the heck out of me with Instagram and Snapchat and all of these things that I hardly ever work with, and that I don't work real well with. Let me put it that way. So let's see if am I facing the right way? Probably on the screens out there in the real world. And let's take a look at the real world while I'm carrying on like a crazy person here. Where are you? Streaming, 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 streaming. Of course, it's not on that screen. It's never where you think it's going to be, Bob. Yeah, there we are. That's a picture. And yes, I am facing the right way. So it looks like I'm talking to you, even though on my screen it looks like I'm talking to the wall. So, Kiara, by the way, may I call you K Ray?
Of course.
All right, K Ray. I was so pleased when you said, I like this.
Yeah, it was so cute. I even texted it in the co-organizers group chat. I was like, guys,
I'm
like,
K Ray.
yeah.
Oh, good. So you're co-organizers. I mean, I'm very impressed. I see what's her name,
Jackie is her name.
Jackie. Thank you very much, and all the other creators. I'm just I'm real impressed. I haven't been to see all of these things. I was on the live chat just the other day, trying to make heads or tails of what was going on. trying to keep track of these streaming chats when there's like 193 people on there is it's a lot of work. Let me say, and probably beyond my ken. So, can you tell me how this all got started?
Oh, yes. I will say that, like, I never expected this, and it's actually not what I intended to do. Originally, with that video, I said in the original Pride video, I was like, guys, tag the LGBTQ creators you know. I have an idea for like a virtual Pride event. And that's what I said. And I honestly didn't expect it to do that well. My videos hadn't been doing well for a couple of weeks. And I thought that maybe like 5 creators who were probably smaller than me would add me back and we could do like a collab. That would be like a thing for our audience. That's what I expected to happen. Like one collab, one time for a few, but within about 24 hours, over 700 creators added me back and everyone was looking at me like, what are we doing? And it blew up and I was like, oh gosh, I have to get a team together. I have to figure this out. And so that was the intention. And obviously I'm so grateful for how it actually turned out. But yeah, that's how it started. I was just like, what if I did this?
Well, it's done amazingly well. You say, oh, I'm just a small creator and I'm nothing. But with that little video that I duetted with you, that's like gigantic on my page now. And it's like, oh boy, she's outstripped my dancing videos. Oh no. Because dance videos are probably not always, but of all the things that I do, those are the things that really go fastest. Are the dance videos. Well, this thing just ba ba boom, ba ba boom. You're right up there with my very first what I consider my first viral video on TikTok was the one about supporting gay people coming out, young gay people, and that that was big, okay. And then Stay the Fuck at Home blew up as big as the world.
Yeah, that
Oh
was
my
so
God.
funny. I saw that, didn't realize it was you, and then
That's
when I
me.
saw your page and added you back, I was like, wait a minute, I recognize you.
One and one is two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of amazing how quickly that thing blew up. I just got a check, as a matter of fact, from Storyful. I've made $400 on that video.
Amazing.
I know. I'm very happy that they went out and grabbed my money for me. Actually, it's 300 and something euros, so I think I'm going to have to pay some kind of bank fee to change it from euros into US, or learn how to spend European money on the internet, which
Yeah, online stores can take euros.
Oh yes, I'm sure they can. I'm not really worried about it, but I just don't. I don't want to have it transfer into my bank account and then for the bank to say, "Oh, well, you owe us, $50 for transferring your money." It's like, well, wait a second, it's my money. What are you talking about? Isn't this like? I thought this is how this works. This capitalism thing. Who knows? Who knows? And then yesterday morning, I saw you posted your video about changing the world, and I wish you luck with that. And I think actually you guys stand a good chance of doing a lot of it. I don't like to see it get diffused, In other words, that the effort that you have here in the virtual pride world does not get diffused over too many issues that will take away from what you're doing, you know. But your team is what will make a difference in that. So
Yeah, for sure. I think that there's definitely a high chance of it getting diffused. It's just why we're kind of taking it one day at a time. Our entire like team, we're like a family, and I know we'll continue to work together for a long time. And we all kind of truly believe that if you can help and change one person's life, that does affect the world as a whole. And so, as long as we make some sort of a difference, it is a substantial enough difference for us. And so, we're just going to keep trying and keep pushing to make things better.
that's a reasonable thing. Well, it was fortunate and unfortunate that it coincided with the protests that are going on the beginning of Pride Month, because it sort of diffused some of that, but it also brought a lot of attention to the issue, and that even there were so many people saying don't put any content up, and it's like, well, wait a second, no, I'm going to put up content. I'm going to put up content about the bias project thing.
Yeah.
I did that. There's a few others that I did duets with black creators. The whole business of shadow banning and all of that. Yeah, I'm not really totally convinced about shadow banning. I actually think that what it is that it's not that TikTok is doing something. It's that the audience in TikTok is doing something. In other words, we have a pretty unmotivated audience that way until somebody got on them and started motivating them. And this is what happened with you guys yesterday. Bam, bam, bam. All of a sudden, this has got 1 million views. How does that happen? Because you got people interested in it and because you got people commenting on it. Prior
Yeah.
to that, they weren't interested.
Yeah,
And
when I say like shadow banning, TikTok isn't purposely finding our accounts and being like, don't let them talk. It's more of they'll shut down hashtags for the Black Lives Matter movement. So if you use those hashtags, your videos will automatically get cut off from the For You page. Certain sounds will be watermarked. So if you use a sound that they don't like, then they might take it down. There's certain things like that they don't specifically look for your videos, but they are homophobic and systematically oppressing people in general. And that when videos like yours come to their attention, they will quiet it a bit. But mostly it's just that the use of certain hashtags and use of stuff like that will shadow ban your videos and take it off the For You page without you ever knowing. And there's no like booklet of don't use these sounds.
Yeah.
And when your videos do bad, immediately the next video won't be on as many people's For You page because TikTok's algorithm goes, okay, like their video wasn't that great, like we'll only give a little bit to this, and then you just dig yourself into a deeper hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is interesting to me. That the I've seen it a lot. A lot of people. I actually had a video banned the other day, and I went and looked at it, and I'm saying, what are they talking about? I go to the TikTok guidelines, and no, this is not doesn't violate any of the guidelines. So I sent them a note saying, hey, what are you talking about? Half hour later, it was back up. So a lot of times people, you need to go through the procedures. It's the old bureaucracy. I hate being a bureaucrat and I'm going to resign as soon as I find the right form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a video that got taken down because I didn't personally say it, and I actually had one of the letters asterisked out, but it was the D slur used against lesbians, and I was making a statement saying that like I've had these words against me, and it was just a picture, and it had it slurred out so you couldn't even see what it was.
Yeah.
And TikTok took it down, and then when I tried to appeal it, they did not let me put it back up. So there's some things that they just like don't like in general. But
That's interesting. You kind of wish that there was a handbook.
yeah, just like a guide to TikTok.
How we can really screw you up on TikTok. So I am so happy that I've discovered you, first of all, on TikTok. And I don't mean discovered. Well, I guess I do mean discovered for me anyway. And it's been a great pleasure watching all your videos and do editing that one and just kind of basking in your glow, the K-Red glow. Yeah, that's what the Ray stands for, right? Ray Reynard, but also Ray, a drop of golden sun. That's you, young lady. Yes, sir. I hope you don't mind my using that terminology too, young lady, young
That's
woman.
totally fine.
Okay, good. You never know. People have got the whole. I'm very much a product of my age. I'm very much a product of how I grew up. As a matter of fact, I was speaking of that in the Bias Project the first day about the N word, and when I first discovered it, that it didn't exist in my vocabulary in growing up. I mean, when I was 4 years old or so before I finally heard of this thing, and it was like, what is that? I talked to my daddy, and my daddy said, "Don't you ever use that word." So, oh, well, thank you, Daddy. And then, of course, you get into the culture, and you hear it in Mark Twain. You hear it in lots of cultural things. So it was a strange place to grow up in the 50s when Barbara Billingsley wore her pearls and cleaned the house in them. So,
Yeah. Imagine it's different.
so I look at your career or what you're heading for, your education. You're really on your way to doing major things with your life. You have incredible poise. I just am just
You.
yeah. And then you sent me that little note about what was going on in all your life and that there was a whole lot of things going on. I'm saying, you wouldn't know at all that there's any drama whatsoever going on with Kiara.
You wouldn't. Yeah, there's like I think a lot of people when they look at me and they look at my TikTok, they're like, "Oh, this girl has it all together. She has it all figured out. She's a perfect life." And then like things like that happen where I couldn't avoid it and there was no way, and then I had to explain to you, and I was like, "Wait, what?" It's different for sure. It's not something I fully advertise on my page, but
No,
it's
why
definitely
would
something
you?
that I,
No, no, why would
yeah.
you? You got to have some privacy in life. It's often the same thing when I'm TikTok grandpa. People thinking, "Oh, you're so wise and you're this and you're that," and it's like, well, yeah, go on to some of these other things and see people beating on me pretty good about that I don't understand and things like that. No, well, I don't always understand, and it's no sin to do that, and it's no sin to have a life. you know.
Yeah.
Oh, golly. I actually have a couple of people. I Am Pajama Sam I Am is going to be on third week.
Yes, he's
I
my friend. He's
I
great.
love
I
him.
love
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, no, I do. I love him very much. As a matter of fact, his ally card, I'm working on a Bob version of ally card. With I don't know, you've looked at any of my videos or anything like that. You must know something a little bit about this hip hop Bob.
Oh yeah, I laughed. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever." When I didn't realize you had done that until you told me when you introduced yourself in the DM, and I was like, "Wait, hold up a second. And I like went to find it. I was like, "This is the best thing ever."
That is so funny. I've actually have been thinking about using this particular thing here as my pride thing. Yeah, baby, everybody goes. I say pride, everybody have. Yeah, it's the 80s, kids. Welcome back to the 1980s when I was having fun and we were doing all this stuff and we were living the life 12 years after Stonewall, knocking down the walls of oppression, knocking down the walls of ridiculousness that are going on in our society. So that's what this is about. Yeah. And anyway, I'm going to be
Yeah.
using that throughout the month.
Yeah, today is for Virtual Pride. Today is actually Music Day.
Oh
So
my.
if you wanted to post any TikToks with your music in it, we'll repost it on our page. Or if you wanted to hop on Instagram Live with one of us, you could for sure.
Well, I probably will do that after we do this. This will be all part of the fun. There's an Instagram Live going on today. That's the other thing, trying to keep track of all of these things that are going on. There's not really a good, and this is not a criticism. This is I don't I don't understand social media as well as I should. I don't understand the interfaces as well as I should. I certainly know damn nothing about Snapchat. I barely know. Yeah, I barely know. Twitter is like a whole terra incognita to me.
Oh, I'm terrible with Twitter.
It's a terrible interface. No wonder Donald Trump likes it. It's terrible. He likes all sorts of terrible things.
True.
Oh Lord. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that was the only reason that I ever started a Twitter account was because I wanted to see what the hell he was saying. And so I could, go, oh no, not again. Oh, no, not
Just
again.
like read it and sigh loudly and roll your eyes.
Yes, sigh loudly, roll my eyes, but also to sigh loudly that the amplifiers are out there grabbing these tweets and saying, "Oh, look what he said today," and it's like, yeah, couldn't we ignore him? Why are you publicizing this guy? It seems like we could ignore him a little bit more than we do, and it would make him really angry because he does not like to be ignored.
He's a little bit of an attention hog.
Yeah, just a little bit. Now, you said something about him turning off his comments because he was too gay?
Okay, so do you know what the fairy comments are on TikTok? If not, there was this trend specifically like among people who are on the younger side where you use these like really pretty emojis like with the fairies and the hearts and you say something you say something very nice and then you do those emojis and then you twist it to be very mean. For example, it's like you should smile, like you should smile more, like I love your smile more, because yellow is my favorite color. Or there's one that says you really need to change, and then it goes da 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 da, and and then it says to take away the C and the E, and then it says hang. Like it does all these rude things. Or it's like I totally ship you with, and then it goes, but be the Titanic. It's like these really jokingly mean comments where it's nice and then you twist it. And someone made a video on TikTok and was like, let's just spam Trump with fairy comments, which honestly, they're not that offensive. They're super, super funny. I made a video asking for people to give me fairy comments because we all find it so hilarious. And on his like last 7 posts, there have been so many fairy comments. Some of them have been ruthless to the point that he turned off his comments on every single one of his posts after a while. And I just think it's hilarious because he can't handle some teens joking around.
Well, that's it. He doesn't like being made an object of fun, and he doesn't like being ignored. So you have your first choice, 2 choices. You can make fun of him, or you can ignore him.
Sure.
Both of them will piss him off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much fun. That is so much fun. Trying to get through all of these videos. I mean, there's so many videos and so many creators, and I want to go look at them all, but I also only have so many hours in the day. There's the lives that I do with the reading fairy tales and things like that to people, and playing music for them takes up a good bit of time, and I lose track of that. And sometimes I wonder if oh, am I not doing my part? And it's like I don't know, what is my part.
Yeah, it's really just in general, if you use the hashtags or you follow the hashtags for that day, you can see creators doing things to that day, and it's just meant to like give all of us and raise all of our voices up in general. And so like for instance, if you wanted to post something about like music today because it's music day, and then you like DM me the video over TikTok, I can tell my people, hey, go CC this and put it on our account, and people can look at our account for each day and be like, oh, that's a cool video, and they'll go to your account, and like it's kind of the point is like to raise up different people.
Yeah, I get it. Well, probably I don't need to be raised up. I think all of you guys need to be raised up. All just people to be aware. Everything that I connect with, they seem to pop up a little bit more, and it's good for me. It's good for you. It's good for everyone to raise their awareness about things. I mean, the Bias Project alone. I can't tell you how many comments I've gotten on that. Well, thank you very much for showing this to us. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, but I would not have known about it had this whole thing not happened, had these protests not happened. I never would have known about any of these
Yeah.
things. Of course, I did post the George Floyd thing. You know, how long must this keep going on? A little video. Just it's actually taken from another video that was used for the Las Vegas shooting that a friend of mine wrote, and then I interpreted, and he was like blown away by that. So I added that on, rewrote it for this particular incident, and it's been well received. It's poignant. Of course, then again, they get you. Oh, can we have a full video of this? It's like,
Yep. Oh
now I
gosh.
got to go out and do that. But that's a lot of times it's already done. In this case, it was not already done, so I still have to make a full video of that. So maybe I will do that today and hopefully finish it sometime before tonight so that it can go up on your hashtags. And hashtags is something that is really, until I started using TikTok, hashtags. What do I know about hashtags? Nothing. I know nothing. I had a friend who and because I've only been on TikTok since February. So, and people are like, well, look at how many followers you have. And I say, yeah, but that's because of all the other people. That's not because of me. I don't think. Could be because of me. But it's also certainly because of stay the fuck at home. A million Chinese people can't be wrong.
Yeah, what's it called? Hashtags. I honestly I never used hashtags before TikTok either because I just never saw a need. I had no internet popularity anywhere. And I started using them because I understood the concept of them.
Yeah.
And eventually I stopped using them on my TikToks because I just didn't see a purpose anymore. Because it targets who will be seeing that video instead of everyone. And once you have your targeted audience already following you, there's no real reason to like contain it. So I was like, all right, I'm done using hashtags.
So you're not using any hashtags anymore? I find that hard to believe. No, you've got tons of hashtags on there now.
Yeah, I started using hashtags again during Virtual Pride, some of which for Virtual Pride because we use different hashtags every day so people can see your videos. And then also sometimes when I'm trying to like trick the algorithm, I'll use like hashtag for you page or hashtag dance, ones that everybody uses and everyone looks at. That way, like just to help boost it when when my videos aren't doing that well. But otherwise, like I went, I think for like a good 3 months back from like New Year's until like the start of like March, where I just didn't use any hashtags at all, and my videos did relatively well anyway.
Well, yeah, you're. It's interesting because I've tried that. I've tried that. Okay, I'm not going to put the hashtags up, and then I see that go down like this, and I say, what's going on here? And then I start using hashtags again, and up it goes. So I'm not. I'm still not adept at any of this stuff. I'm not good at the trending things. I'm not good at any of that stuff. I'm just like, okay, time for a dance video.
I mean, that's always what I do when I'm at a lack of ideas. I'm like, okay, I can dance. I'm just gonna dance.
Yeah, that's it. Well, of course, I get the whole cute old man thing. You know,
Yeah.
just had to turn off my pill alarm. So yeah, that I don't know sometimes how to take all of that. You know, when people say I'm the drippiest guy in town, I mean, to me, drippy is not good, but to other people, drippy is good. So, how do I make sense of all of this, Bob? I don't know. I'm down the rabbit hole sometimes.
Yeah,
So,
honestly, lingo changes all the time. I have no idea.
so now you are studying what right now?
I just graduated high school. I will be going into film and television with a minor in screenwriting.
Oh, cool. All right then. Then I'll probably see you at a few festivals, I would think.
Yeah, possibly.
Because well, golly, if you don't submit to festivals as an independent, you really do need to do that. And
Yeah.
let me give you one festival that you definitely need to submit to, and it's the Beaufort International Film Festival from Beaufort, South Carolina. It has to be one of the greatest little festivals in the country, and it is. They treat their filmmakers well. Everybody, it's like it's an amazing party, and I have a great time down there. Go to it every year. So if you when you make your first short film that you're ready to put out there in the world, submit it to Beaufort because probably you'll do well. I know your ideas are very good, and so far you seem pretty adept with this video stuff. So I'm sure you'll do well, and you're very good at making a team. So
Yeah.
yeah, as Alejandro Jodorowsky says, it takes an army to build a film, and you know how to assemble an army. So that's yeah. I was just blown away. I'm watching this thing come together, and I'm saying, wow, wow, wow. This woman knows how to reach people, and then of course all the people you're involved with, they know how to reach people too. So it's yeah.
I had my own little army, and then I was like, hey, does anyone who also has their own army want to come and like help me? And then now I not only run my own tiny little army on TikTok, but I run all these other creators who have all their tiny little armies on TikTok, just like a gay army.
Yeah, it's a huge gay army. It's an empire, a gay empire, but it's very diffuse. There is no emperor. There are empress or emperor anything. It's sort of like guidance by committee, but not exactly because you're all interested in doing other things. Have you been staying up too late lately? By the way.
Like, it was one of my friend's birthdays today, and we all wanted to stay up till a little bit past midnight to wish them a happy birthday on their actual birthday. And we ended up staying up to like 1 something a.m. Saying happy birthday. So yeah.
Well, who's your friend? May I shout out a happy birthday to them?
Yes. It's one of my co-organizers, actually, Tosh. Um,
Taj. Oh, okay.
yeah. Short hair.
Let's see. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tosh. Happy birthday to you. So there. Snap, snap, snap.
Very sweet.
How beatnik of you. Snap, 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 snap. Oh, Lord, Lord, what fun, what adventure, what excitement. So what is your particular in film? Do you have an area that you want to emphasize?
Yeah. I want to be a director and a screenwriter. I already do. The reason why I'm doing a minor in screenwriting, not a major, is because I already screenwrite,
Mm-hmm.
and I have pitched my shows to networks before, and so I still want to focus on it, and I still want to learn more. But I'm kind of at the point where, like, if I did my entire focus on that, it'd just be very repetitive, starting from the beginning, and frustrating. And I also want to learn how to direct. So I'm going to be focusing on directing mostly.
Focus on directing and focus on learning how to elevate a pitch because that is probably the greatest skill that you can have to be able to distill what it is you're talking about into the 15-second, 30-second, hey, I had this idea, and bang, bang. So that, yeah,
To fit it into so small space.
yeah, it is. It makes all the difference in the world. I was talking with a filmmaker in Toronto who's because of COVID has been locked up in his room, his studio, his office, and was struggling with making contact with people. So he decided to set up a Monday morning coffee time that you have to apply for an appointment to have coffee with Sean. And it was just so much fun to do. And at one point during that my coffee with him, I talked about something I was working on a screenplay for, and he was like, I gave him the pitch, and he was like, wow, you just elevator pitched that thing in like 15 seconds. That's amazing. It's like, oh, really? Yeah, send me the script. Send me what you have done with the script, which was almost nothing because I can't write a script with it. Dang. That is also one of the other things about the Beaufort Festival is that there's a great screenwriting, what do they call it, workshop there too, where they actually have people read the screenplays, and a formal reading, and 6 or 7 people who have come in. So it's different than a lot of screenwriting competitions are like, oh yeah, we had a screenwriting competition and these guys won. And no,
Yeah.
you can't know anything about this screenplay. It's like, oh Lord. So
Yeah, it does tend to be like, yeah, and then nothing.
now, do you prefer comedy or serious or what documentary? What are you looking at?
I honestly really write whatever I feel like.
That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I have written dramas, I've written comedies. I think it's important to be versatile in what you can do. Personally, um, I am very sarcastic, so even if I am writing a drama, it will be relatively funny because I will have at least one character who is overtly sarcastic about whatever is going on. So I tend to throw humor in whatever I am working on. But typically, I full on comedies I don't do too often. I have done some sitcom like things for things like when I was first learning, when I was like in 8th grade and I started writing scripts, I would write mock sketches of Disney shows that were already on air. So I didn't have to create characters or anything.
Right.
I would make a mock sketch for the characters that I already knew and I loved. And that's kind of how I got started. Is I wrote a mock sketch for a show called Girl Meets World, which was a
Yep.
maybe still Boy Meets World. And my dad is also a screenwriter. Ended up giving it to like he knew a person and ended up giving it. They're like, yeah, this is the exact voice. How did your 8th grade child do that? Which was fun, and that's how I kind of like learned. So I can do sitcoms too, though not my biggest forte.
Well, the sitcoms are kind of shallow, so it probably wouldn't appeal to you to be shallow because you don't seem to be a shallow person at all. It's interesting that your dad is a screenwriter.
Yeah, my dad's a writer in general. So he worked on Law and Order SVU for like 6 years. He has 2 shows of his own that he wrote and had like 1 season each. He's right now show running and producing 2 shows that are about to be on air. He's written a movie and a novel. So he like does all different types of writing.
All right.
Um,
Yeah. So you have good exposure there then to the whole industry and what's going
yeah, I
on.
grew up visiting sets and stuff like that. And I hated it as a kid. I hated it.
Oh, I'm sure you did. I mean, movie making has to be the most boring activity in the entire world because it's all a lot of, hey, just wait over there until we tell you it's time to go. You know?
Yeah, and a lot of redoing the same scene for 6 hours, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it was that one.
Speed. All right, here we go. Camera. Action. Yeah, that I didn't know a whole lot about filmmaking. I met a filmmaker a few years ago who got me involved in. I refer to it as Lena's school of screen. Actually, Lena, her name. My autocorrect always wants to change to Latina rather than Lena. So I said, well, so I refer to her dragging me into this world as Latina's School of Film, and I've learned a lot about transcoding and a lot of the technical things, because I'm a sound man by avocation, and it just it just grew like Topsy when I got involved with film. So now I've got some IMDb things under my belt, and had one film that was at CineQuest, and another film that did terrible, and and I learned how the producer should have some voice sometimes, and should insist on having a voice sometimes.
Yeah, the balance, for sure.
It's it's difficult when you're the new guy in town to go, oh, but I'm the producer. So to kind of force your way in through that. So I'm learning all of those things little at a time, little at a time. This is how the world goes incrementally, I believe. But with you, it's with great leaps forward. Let's jump, bam! Let's jump, bam! She's a kangaroo. She's leaping over everybody.
I definitely like I'm a big person of fake it till you make it. There's
Yeah,
a
but
lot
you're
of
not
things,
faking it. You are not faking it. Not at all.
yeah, but there are a lot of things that like I simply don't know. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna teach myself. And then I just go, bam, for sure. Yeah. I kind of like when I set my eyes on something, I definitely just very determined. I would say I'm very determined to do things that I think should be done. But yeah, I have to teach myself along the way for sure.
Oh man! Oh my God! Let's see what do we got here. I'm taking a look over at the chat to see if anything interesting is going on, and it doesn't really look like it. I've got one of my favorite people, Ola Manola, is on board with us, and Ola Manola always comes to these lives, and it's one of my greatest supporters. So it's nice to see Ola Manola here. Seems to be some kind of uh, professional commenter here. We're going to ignore them. do, do my best to ignore them. It's uh, it's difficult sometimes to ignore people who are saying hateful things, but it's better than engaging with them.
Yeah, I just sit back, read it, and laugh. A lot of the times it used to get to me, and then I was just like, ah, they actually think that. Like, they
Yeah.
actually think that. And I think it's funny at a certain point. Like, I would say I'm a big person of doing things out of spite. And when someone tells me that I can't do something, I go, okay. And then I do it times 10.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I definitely like hate comments and stuff like that. I just laugh and then do things in spite of that because I'm just gonna prove you wrong. Like,
I do get a little uh, not put off, but by folks who are trying to convince people off whatever their opinion is in a comments thread. I mean, it's like, please, do you not see the futility of this?
it's pointless. It truly is pointless. Like, I mean, I always say if I'm ever commenting on someone's opinion that I don't agree with, excuse my dad. Hi, dad.
Hey, Dad, how's it going?
Hello.
I'm on a YouTube live with another creator. What was I saying? Oh, about the comment.
Another beer.
It's truly pointless. Like whenever I am making a video commenting on someone else's beliefs, I always make sure to be like, if you actually like agree with them, go follow them. I don't care. Like there's no point in trying to argue your point. There's one thing to have an open conversation, but like in like less than 100 characters, you're not gonna change anyone's mind.
No, and there is no changing minds. It's sort of like why one of the reasons that I'm no longer on Facebook, uh, is because of that. It's like you are not going to convince anyone by arguing with them on Facebook. It's just not going to happen. They
Yeah.
have their ways of looking at the world. You can expose a point, which is what we do on TikTok, what we do on Facebook, and just leave it there, drop it and leave it, and not engage with the world. And I have gotten into some real wrangles with people about this, and it's like, you know what? It's just not worthwhile. This is not a good use of my time to try and convince someone who is unconvincible, someone who is set in their ways. I was talking with someone the other day about that they were talking about, they're closed minded. And I said, well, closed minded can also be seen as secure in their belief. So, who am I to say that their belief is not valid? I'm not. I'm not the guy who can say that. I can tell you what my belief is, and that's where I leave it. I've come to the conclusion that I no longer really want to argue with people. I just want to tell them why I'm right and then leave it alone.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. I don't really argue with people. Every once in a while, I'll be like, all right, I have enough energy for a conversation. But
Yeah.
if they do start to try, and I'm like, if they start to argue, I'm like, all right, bye. I'm done
Yeah,
here.
it's not a conversation then anymore. There's no dialogue. If there's no dialogue, it's not a conversation.
Yeah.
It's people talking past each other. Oh, it's so lovely. Is there anyone in particular on your team that you would like to say, "Hey, everybody, go follow these people on my team because you need to know what these people are doing, what those folks are
Okay.
doing."
Yeah, for sure. I honestly, all of them are amazing. If you want to go to any of the virtual Pride 2K2 accounts, we follow each other. I will say that if I would give a shout out to anyone, it'd probably be the person on our team who has the least amount of followers because honestly, they are so freaking hilarious and they deserve way more followers. And their name is Lido. They have pink hair, and their username on everything is Batwiccan. Just a fun little name because all of us are like, yeah, they definitely have like the least amount of followers out of all of us, and they deserve way more.
Really? That's funny because I saw Leo and I said, "Yeah, this definitely should be happening." I obviously have not spent enough time on all of these threads because I don't know, just because who I am. I've got a lot of things going on in this here life. I just took a job, and I haven't worked since 2006. I mean, I've been retired. But I said, that census thing sounds like might be interesting. So I decided to be a census taker, and they just hired me yesterday. So 20 hours a week. I'm going to be
Nice.
marching around.
Congratulations.
What was that?
I said congratulations.
Oh, thank you, thank you. It's not a big deal getting a job that they're practically trying to give away, but I'll be interested to see what it's like to walk around with the census document under my arm and go bang on people's doors and say, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." And explaining what the census is about and how it affects everything and how you're going to, your representatives are set by this. All of this is set by this. This is how the government knows where to send their money and where to spend their money. So it seemed to me like an important piece of work, and one that perhaps people would not object to Santa Claus showing up at their door.
Yeah, it truly is like an important job. I don't think even until like this fall, when I was in a statistics class, that I learned why like having a census is really important for statistics and everything else going on in the government.
Well, that's why it's in our Constitution. That these guys back then, much as they were old white men, did understand that hey, this is important to set our representation and to set apportionment for the country, so that everybody is represented as well as they can be within the framework of states. We are the United States. We are not the United People of America. We are the United States of America. We the people, but those people are all separated into states. And what state are you in, by the way, Kiara?
Right now I'm kind of bouncing around. I'm somewhere on the East Coast.
Somewhere on the East Coast. Okay. Above the Mason-Dixon line or below the Mason-Dixon line?
That would be funny if I could tell you where that was.
Well, it starts in Maryland.
um, yeah, I do believe I am above that.
Okay. All right. That's all I needed to know. It is interesting to me that people don't know where the Mason-Dixon line is because they always talk about Dixie, like well, Dixie is like everyone knows where Dixie is, and they don't realize that it starts in Maryland.
Yeah.
That it was when I was young, and the first time I saw a Maryland segregated bus station, waiting room, water fountain, and I said, "This is in Maryland." I mean, it doesn't seem so far away. When people talk about Dixie, you think about Alabama and Mississippi and things like that, but no, it starts a lot further north than that. And also that the ignorance about American history, that I am stunned at times by how ignorant people are about American history, about how their government works, and all of those things. Now, I don't know what your exposure is to history, or what your exposure is to civics, or what we used to call civics. I don't know what we call it anymore. Social studies. That's what we call it now. That's right. I don't know what your educational background is. Were you a public educated student?
Yes, I spent most of my childhood in public school, and then I moved to a private school during high school. And I would say that there was definitely things that I was taught in high school about events that I learned back when I was a kid that were way different, based off of the education versus private versus public. Um, but yeah, I think there's also a lot of things that when schooling fails that you have to teach yourself. And to go out of your way to do that is important sometimes.
Yeah, early, well, probably as a teenager, I discovered Frank Zappa, and Frank Zappa always said, "Quit school, go to the library," and it's true. Read, people. You want to learn things? Go read. Go follow your nose down the rabbit hole. And now we have on our hips all the knowledge of the world and all the lies of the world too, all in one little device. So
Yeah.
you can learn a lot and you can fool yourself a lot too. So it's a good thing to learn the whole critical thinking thing. And it sounds like, it looks like to me that you certainly have done that. And you certainly, people, I run into this a lot with my peers that, oh, kids these days, their music is terrible, this is terrible, that's terrible. And I'm saying, what are you talking about? Have you ever even talked to any of these people? Do you even know what they're doing? Do you even see the fact that I think probably since the 2000s, that community, the building of communities, has become a skill of all of this generation. You guys are very good at building communities and communities of interest, and that I'm just blown away by it all the time. I see it all the time. I listen to the music. I listen to what's going on, and I'm in awe. And I talk to my peers, and they're like, and I'm sort of like, you sound like your parents back when I was a kid, back when I was a youngster. Oh, your kids these days, they listen to that crazy music. It's good, that's bad music, and it's bad music. I have a theory about that. There is only music. There is no good music and no bad music. It's all just music, and all the rest of it is taste.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, nobody goes out to make bad music. No musician in the world sits down and say, "I'm going to write a bad song."
Yeah.
Don't. As you, same thing. You didn't start this movement, this project, with the idea that it was going to become this big giant thing. You were doing it for you. You were doing it for your community of followers and things like that. And all of a sudden you hit a nerve. You find one little thing that everyone kind of responds to, and off you went. Like I don't want to say meteor, because meteors are falling and you are rising. So, like a rocket, rising like a rocket. And so, anyway, is there anything else that you would like to explain to my vast audience here, which is probably almost nobody? But I get a lot of traction on the re-recordings. The live follow is not as big, but a lot of people watch the recordings. So I'm happy, and I'm so pleased that I finally got you to come on. Oh, I'm gonna do my little dance. Yay! K-Ray, K-Ray. Yeah, K-Ray. I was torn about that too. I was going to go Key-Ray, but K-Ray sounds so much better than Key-Ray. So I went with K.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there any other questions you have?
Well, I've got a million questions, but I'm not going to try and take up your entire day, because I've taken a good, wow. Wow, we've been on here for an hour. Wow. Yeah, isn't it amazing how quickly an hour can go by? So what else is going on today in the virtual Pride world that you're involved with, and what you're not involved with? Give us a little rundown.
Today is just music day, basically. If you want to check that out on our Instagram, you can go ahead. If you want to post videos with your music, you can go ahead. And we will have a live stream later with some queer musicians who have been set up and are waiting. And it's just a little chillaxed music day.
All right. When does the live stream start?
It's not quite decided yet, but probably sometime uh tonight around 5 or 6 EST.
Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, I had some desire to be involved here, but also I said to myself, you know what? I need to step back. I need to let this generation go on out there and do what they're going to do. That I'm just, I'm one of the old people. I'm one of the people you're trying to take the place of. And you should be trying to take the place of us. And I wish you all the luck in the world with it, to knock down some of the stereotypes and just dumb shit that we've done. The boomer generation. I've often said that we blew it. We let assholes take over the world while we were having fun. So don't have too much fun. Don't let assholes take over the world.
I won't.
No, I know you won't. you guys are grabbing hold of it and shaking it.
Yeah.
Hey, world, wake up! Well done, well done. So thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate this. Thank you for putting out the word to your co-creators and such. I'm always happy to have them on. I'm on here every other day. So if anybody wants to join along, I'd be happy to have them on and talk to you talk to them like I'm talking to you. And to have, yeah, this is a conversational show. It's not an interview. It's not. I have no great aspirations to be some kind of David. I don't even know, Dick Cavett or somebody like that. No, I just like having conversations with people, and I do enjoy it very much. And thank you very much for coming into my life.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Via TikTok. I mean, TikTok is. Who would have thought that TikTok would be my jam?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's about it, folks. If have I got here on the chat? Let me just take a check here and see if anybody on the chat wants to ask any questions of you. It seems like no. Oh, what's it say here? Ola Manola. Good luck, Kiara. Oh, yeah. And Ola Manola says, nice to see you, you and your guest, Bob. Take a pill. I already took the pills, so you don't have to. Ola follows my pill alarm and said, oh, you should take your pills. And I said, no, I already took them before I came on, but the pill alarm is still going off. And I keep forgetting to hit dismiss. I hit snooze or something like that. So, okay, let's see. No. No, we've got nobody who asked any questions at all. See that? It's terrible. What's wrong with my audience? Well, it's probably because there's not a whole lot of them there. That's why. So, well, thank you again, and I hope you didn't consider this a waste of time, because I certainly didn't. I had a wonderful time. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me on.
Hey, my pleasure. You're boosting me. Like I said, when we did the sharing video, it was like, oh wow, it's like I've hooked up with Charlie or something. The numbers going bang 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 bang. No, not exactly Charlie, but nevertheless, your numbers boosted my numbers, and I was very impressed. Especially when you tell me that I've got a few views on my videos, and now I see what your videos are doing, and your videos are doing like amazing. So you've found an audience, and hold on to them, and shake them every once in a while. Turn them upside down.
Yeah, for sure.
Make their world rock. Well, thank you very much, Kiara Fox. My contribution to Kiara's life is that I've given her a nickname, K. and I hope it sticks. K-Ray. K-Ray. Work it. Work it. All right, then. Thank you again, and we're going to let K-Ray head out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
I'll be checking out the Instagram later. Bye-bye. All right. There we go. Off we go. So there you go. Kiara Fox, amazing, amazing young woman who is doing amazing work with the virtual pride effort online here, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on everything. Everything. I think everything except Facebook, Hatebook. Yeah. So there we go. So that's that. And I think on that I will call this a day, a broadcast. She has done an amazing thing, and I really do want to go check out all the Instagram stuff that's going on and go see what else is going on here in beautiful virtual Pride land. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you very much for joining us today, my friends out there in beautiful YouTube land. And yeah, well, what fun, what adventure, what excitement. It's Pride. Ola, thank you. Take care. See you soon. Yeah, you're my most loyal fan, Ola Manola. All right. Have a good one. Bye.